Morgan J. I'm a libertarian, and I am concerned about some of the statements that Angela McArdle has made. So first of all, I want to establish that I am a libertarian. I am a registered libertarian in my state. I voted in the Libertarian primaries. I voted for Laura's Mapstead, and I also want to take this opportunity to to show you the fact that I still have my Jorgensen for president libertarian sign. I am a huge fan of Spike Cohen. I absolutely adore Spike Cohen. But yeah, I wanted to talk about some of the statements that McArdle has made that I'm a little bit concerned about. And first of all, what got me aware of this fact is that I stumbled upon not one, not two, but 3 news articles alleging that Angela McArdle favors Trump over Biden. And this is concerning to me because Angela McArdle is the Libertarian Party's chair. So she is essentially representing the Libertarian Party as a whole. And so I really think she needs to be held to higher standards than just some average random libertarian. And I found this video of her speaking on, I believe it's Liam McCollum's X page, formerly Twitter, and I'm gonna play for you some specific timestamps of her saying things that I think are a little bit concerning and give my commentary on that. Okay, I want to start at 0:37.
I think we got to do everything we can to kick Joe Biden's ass.
Apologies for the profanity there, but I think it's a little bit concerning that she's specifically calling out how she's not a fan of Joe Biden, but not also countering something equally negative about Trump, because sometimes I think there's this perception that the Libertarian Party is like Republican-lite or Democrat-lite, instead of like the acknowledgement that we're our own party. We're not just either like less extreme Republicans or less extreme Democrats. We're our own party. And so I think it's a little bit concerning that she'd only be calling out one side instead of both sides there. Next of all, I think, okay, I want to go to 0:42.
And one of the best ways to do that is to support Chase Oliver and go hard in the paint for him in blue states.
I'm not entirely sure what the word there was, if it was pain or if it sounded kind of like pain, but I think in the context, it might be poll. But I think it's a little bit weird to me that she's specifically saying in blue states. Why would you only be focusing on like one specific set of states? Shouldn't you be trying to support libertarianism everywhere, like throughout all of the country? Like, I don't think libertarianism should only be for people in red states or in blue states. I think it should be for everyone. And then I also want to go to, okay, I think
we got to do it to get Ross free.
And I think that's in reference to something that Trump might have said, which, I mean, here's the thing. If she is very passionate about freeing Ross Ulbricht, then that is fine for her to have that opinion as an individual. But if you're implying that you'd rather Biden lose so that Trump wins, which seems to be the implication there, then I think that's a little bit concerning for the head of the Libertarian Party, essentially for the Libertarian Party's chair to be saying publicly. Like, I don't think that's indicative of a good direction for the party to be going in. I think that she should be supporting the Libertarian Party first and foremost, not being like, oh, well, maybe if we vote for Trump, we can get this little concession. It's like you should be supporting liberty, not supporting red man or blue man. And then the other thing that I was very concerned about in her video here is this statement.
Very aggressively, specifically in blue states, to make sure he has the support that he needs from the National Party.
The fact that she's saying specifically in blue states, that is very concerning to me, because it's like, it feels like she's almost just trying to pull votes exclusively from the left instead of, like, I mean, how do I put this? Like, I feel like historically there's been this, at least more, how do I put this? I get that people are always going to say like, oh, the Libertarians are a spoiler or whatever, or like, well, my candidate lost because the Libertarians didn't vote for us, or yada, yada, yada. But I think that, to the best of my knowledge, the Libertarian Party tends to pull votes from both sides. And it's concerning to me if she's just trying to recruit liberals and not trying to recruit like conservatives. Like, I think that's really concerning. Like, she should be trying to bring people to liberty because she supports the idea of liberty, not because she thinks that one candidate from one of the major parties is better or worse than the other. Like, if you're a libertarian, you should be for liberty first and foremost. I get, though, that our party is made up of individuals, but still, if you are the head of the Libertarian Party, you should be putting the interests of the party above your own, like, personal opinions. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that. And then I also wanted to go into a little bit more detail on some of the articles that I read. For instance, the We Are Stopping Biden Libertarian Party Chairwoman Reveals Strategy of Protest Votes by Annabelle Raskiglione. I apologize if my pronunciation on that is bad. From June 3rd, 2024. Let me try and find this real quick. Okay. She, on this article, it says, I encourage people to try to use the Chase Oliver campaign to try and pull protest votes from the left, she said. And that's one of my concerns here, is if she's only trying to pull protest votes for one side, it feels like she's trying to tacitly support, like, the right. If she's trying to solely pull protest votes from the left, then that means you're not pulling protest votes from the right. So it feels like she's almost trying to swing the election for one of the major two candidates instead of genuinely being trying to support liberty, and that's something that's concerning to me. And then this is an article from Move On. Chair of a Libertarian Party reveals strategy to help Trump campaign. I'm not entirely sure who the author is here. I know that there are going to be people who might object to some of these sources because this one, I believe, is a bit more left-leaning. Yeah, this one says, one of the best ways to do that is to support Chase Oliver to go hard in the paint for him in blue states. Okay, so they also were having trouble understanding what that word is. Previous reports show Trump allies and MAGA donors investing in third-party presidential candidates, including independent candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr., to swing the election against President Biden. It looks like now the Libertarian Party is in on it too, and be aware that's the opinion of whoever the author is of this article. That's one thing that's a little frustrating to me, is I can't find who the article's author is. So that's why I'd also say, like, I'm not entirely 100% sure if this is the most trustworthy source in the world, but this is one source that I am referencing. And so, yeah, I am a bit frustrated because I feel like there is this perception sometimes that the Libertarian Party is, like, stealing votes or whatever instead of people seeing us as a legitimate party. And I want us to be perceived as a legitimate party. And I feel like part of that would be just how the messaging from the chair is coming off. Like, if we want our party to be taken seriously, I feel like our chair needs to be representing our party seriously and not just putting on, like, a clown nose in the middle of our video. And also, okay, Libertarian chair endorses Oliver just to stop Biden is this one is on Newsmax, which I believe tends to be a bit more of a right-leaning source. So I'm trying to show this to show that it's not just left-wing sources saying stuff like this. And it's by Nick Kotsobinas. I apologize if I got the name wrong. But this one says, it's quoting McArdle is saying, I endorse Chase Oliver as the best way to beat Joe Biden. Get in, loser. We are stopping Biden. That's what I think. That's what I think this campaign is about, McArdle said during a live stream Monday. And that's concerning to me because it's like if you are the head of the Libertarian Party, essentially, if you're the Libertarian Party's chair, you should be supporting the Libertarian Party, not, like, your goal shouldn't be stop Biden or stop Trump. It should be, let's promote liberty, let's promote the Libertarian Party. And so I'm very concerned about some of McArdle's messaging. I don't necessarily know if I like the direction that she's taking the party like after hearing some of her statements and reading some of the things that she's said, and also seeing the way that people are presenting it, it's like I don't necessarily know if her messaging is right for the party. I feel like it's kind of detrimental. Like I feel like people are perceiving us as being like almost MAGA-lite now. And I don't want that, because I feel like libertarianism is supposed to be about promoting liberty. We're supposed to be something other than the lesser of two evils. We're supposed to be our own thing. We're supposed to have our own ideas. We're supposed to have like our, let me go type this, lp.org/platform. Like we have our own thing. We have our own platform. We have our own ideas. And so I feel like Angela McArdle should be representing libertarianism better than she is representing it. Like if she's the head, the chair, like she needs to be sending out good messaging. She needs to be the one who is essentially a face of the party. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this because I'm very disappointed right now. I'm very disheartened right now. And more so, I'd say at McArdle than at Chase Oliver, because here's the thing. I don't have to like Chase Oliver. I'm not going to be like cheering for someone if I don't fully agree with him. But if you are the head, essentially, of our party, if you're the chair of our party, you can't just come out and be, like, tacitly endorsing Trump. Like, it's not good for the future of our party. I think it's terrible for the future of our party, and I think it's doing a lot of damage to the way that libertarianism is being perceived. Like, I'm not going to go into my opinions on Chase Oliver, but I'm very pissed at McArdle right now. Like, I feel like her reaction to the whole situation is hurting us. So yeah, I wanted to give my opinions on this. You are free to have different opinions than me. That is fine. This is America. Like, we have freedom of speech. We have freedom of association, at least on paper. So yeah, I wanted to give my opinions. So yeah, I hope that you have a great day. If you are commenting, please remember to follow YouTube's community guidelines.